Hello everyone and welcome to today's edition of streaming, guys. Welcome to, well, Assetto Corsa Evo. And, well, we're sitting in the game, we're firing it up literally for the third, maybe fourth time, because everything I've done so far is putting up the screen, aligning the ultra-wide, and checking a couple of things so you guys get the most impressive, the most immersive streaming experience that you are used from this channel. So we're sitting in the main menu, we're seeing what is that we are sitting in a first early access release of 5 cars, 20 cars of 5 circuits, and we're seeing that step 2 is already in the planning with 5 additional cars on the Circuit of the Americas, as well as a couple of more of features coming towards the game. And we're also seeing, and I think this is pretty small written, but still, with 100 vehicles coming up, of 15 circuits, of free roaming, single and multiplayer modes, dynamic weather, game economy, whatever that means, driver avatar, car dealership, car customization, car tuning, and so on. Right, let's dive a bit into the game. This will be really like a how to set up AC Evo for yourself, the things we need to check out before, and so on. Mainly because I want to learn. Secondly, because you guys may find questions, we can discuss on things, and I think we're just about to get going. MD, thank you so much for joining. Right, so first of all, I think we should start with the driver's profile, setting yourself up, which in my case is probably pretty obvious, right? No fake nicknames, our initials. Are they really asking for age here? Interesting. Well, 32 we are. I was expecting a car number kind of thing, but whatever. Where is the G for the Germany? There we go. Yeah, well. So putting in the styles, that is done. Right, and then I think quickly going into gameplay HUD options. I'm gonna keep English, we're gonna skip the intro, yes, online mode is not really a thing. And I think the HUD cannot yet be adjusted, which is why I had to fire up the game beforehand. Everything is a bit small in my world, so well, I thought as well better be adjusting a couple of things for you in terms of immersion. And obviously now it's time to so steer left. Is it even working? Interesting. So that's not even working. Because keyboard and mouse, GSI steering wheel, SimuCube. So that one is, yep. Looks a lot like it reminds me of RF of the more ultimate, right? So then I need to put the pedals for throttle, brakes, clutch. I can also put the GSI steering wheels for the clutch. Doesn't work. Maybe that one. Clutch. Aha. There we go. Right, where do we keep moving on? We have the SimuCube. Let's go with this one because this is pretty straightforward, right? Don't need the clutch here. Shift gear reverse, light cycle. What is a light stage and light cycle? What the fuck? Flashing headlights, rain lights. Anything I want to have headlights. Toggle ignition. Starter. So that is all what I need to set somewhere else. Stage 1 and 2 engine map. What is that? ABS decrease, ABS increase. I'm just putting the stuff on the button box right now. To an extent, I appreciate it being like controller per controller, but I'd rather have like a full list of things that you said. And then you just have the controller mapped to it. But okay. Brake bias rear, brake bias front. What is the ESC? It's some kind of different traction control, right? Let's check the engine mapping. That obviously doesn't work because the mapping is on a different thing. What else do we need to set here? Can set performance mode. Display cycle. Also a button. Display page. Cockpit light. Special light. Wiper cycle. Do you have a wiper toggle? Pitch mirror, field of view, optional animation. Yeah, all sorts of stuff that you can set, right? Okay. Still left. We got that pedal gear up, pedal gear down. Shift gear reverse. I don't want to have that. Whatever light cycle means light stage, I have no idea. Flashing lights, yep. Rain lights. Oh, damn it. I need to go back on the projects. Rain lights. Gonna switch that. Cool. What else we got? Hazard lights. Tractable headlights toggle. Ah, this is interesting. Hit limiter, yep, that one. Traction control setting. Decrease, increase. So then the cut goes. And you just put cut. Cycle 1 and 2. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep the logic. This is not 100% straightforward, I'd say. Engine map, decrease, increase, ESC, decrease, increase, brake bias is set already, performance mode, previous, next. Then I have this display cycle. What am I gonna do with the display cycle? Like, yeah. Then display cycle page, display cycle page. I'm just adjusting all sorts of button right now. I don't care about the cockpit lights. Cool. Leaving it. Apply. That is interesting. So sim you keep steering. Look at me. F this up. Clear binding, yes. So just steering like this. Okay, here we go. That's great. Using felt sprints. Clear bind. Yep. Okay, that is not right. Why is it doing that though? What? Oh. Clear. Yes, clear. And clear. Okay, for whatever reason, this doesn't seem working correctly. I have to invert the input. Yeah, okay. But you know, you see, like, this inverting doesn't do anything, does it? Oh no, it does. Just doesn't. Uh-huh. You guys know what I'm referring at, right? For you, it worked. Okay, well, this is as good as it can get, right? It's just interesting that you see that on the left that doesn't move the spot I'm sitting on the pedals, but whatever. Light cycle switches between daylight, slow beams, and high beams. Copy. Electronic stability control. Okay. This is ausgewählt. Aha. Copy. Clutch still doesn't do. Ah. Oh boy. Because the clutch is sitting on the steering wheel now. There we go. So that is the clutch. That's good. That's fine. Where is the hoising felts now? Yep. Okay, and clutch I can only have either. Yeah, just the pedals or the steering wheel. Okay, we're good. We have set the most important presets. Thank you so much for your help. This is exactly why I wanted to go through the menu with you. Because I can learn and you can learn and we can put questions and learn together. Right, so vehicles. Garage. Let's see actually what we have. Don't you guys have the feeling that this looks a lot like ACC? I'm really having a flashback here. Mercedes GT2. What do we have? BMW M4 or M2. Audi. No GT car, right? A Porsche Cup car. Actually, a Porsche GT3. But is it? It is the Cup car, right? So, well, let's just pick that. Cool. So, Academy, Drive. Let's go with some practice first. 10 minutes, whatever. Apply. Just want to see how the track itself feels, you know. Assists, automatic ignition off, automatic gearbox off, automatic clutch off. Okay, Pro. Perfect. Weather clear. Suzuka track fine. Let's see what happens. FPS is set to 145. Will that be good? I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, the stream has stabilized. That's good to see. Apparently driver profile is still wrong, but whatever. Let's go driving first. Okay, field of view is completely broken. View settings. Field of view. I'm assuming it's like RF2, so that should be the one. Cool. Apply. Back. Drive. FFB. I need to speak about FFB. Not speak about it. I need to set it. Settings. Controls. Where is the FF? Gain. Put that to 40. No dampening. What are those settings really? Steering assist weights. Vibrations, steering filter. Yes, you guys can see that. I will give you an idea why later on. Let's see how that feels. Probably pretty fucked up, but whatever. That's alright, at least I can move the steering wheel. You guys now having an idea why you're seeing that bottom right area? Of course I'm sitting here with a bit of latency. I'm not surprised. I think the steering wheel doesn't align yet. So settings. Yep, Jan, but this is just pure luck that it is the mirror. Because I have set this thing only to be there for showing the standings when we do a race later, right? All right, let's drive. Something else we may need to change here, maybe. Let's check the display. Cool. Well, that doesn't even do anything. TC 0. That car doesn't have TC most likely. Has a TC apparently. Increase. Ow. What do I have here? Let's see if the settings doing something at all. So TC1 or TC0, copy. Right. Interesting, just flipping neutral gets the engine back. Brabby, what do you mean that I can try the licenses? I need to do a couple of few settings still. Motion. Lock to horizon. Zero. No movement. No bonnet. Ah, time trials. Okay, copy, noted. Tire sounds interesting. Curbs do nothing at all on the force feedback. Unless it's like some rumble curb, then it gives you some vibration. Pretty much dislike this. Oh no, at least it has the bump stop this time, which is great. So we once again see in the bottom right, also similar to ACC, the tire pressures, tire temperature gauges, probably also brakes. A little bit of a rumbling on that curb. Let's see how the exit curb spoon is doing. Gives us at least some rumbling as well, so I wonder whether the curves in turn 6 and 7 are just really correctly modeled in the first place. FPS wise, I can't even say what it is. Personally, I'd assume it is not a fluent 144 Hertz, as I do indeed see some hesitation going on. There's something else that has not been on my attention. Is I go at times. Sorry, I need to put that filter up from down, probably 8.5, maybe 8.6. How does that look? Brilliant. Oh, hello. There we go. So that you guys see that the delta is not working either. I'm not sure whether that is because of having left the track. Martin, you say TC0 is a bit messed up. Do you think I should put TC1? Also got an ABS apparently, which is interesting. I didn't know that the Cup car has an ABS either. Blue Polo, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. What the fuck? I imagine so, Hooplo, but thank you for confirming. Three versions of this Porsche copy. Or maybe we can finally put a valid lap in the next lap, would be good. Ah, you could really dance this car around on the front with a little bit of brake taps. And then it rotates. Otherwise it just understeers. You see what I mean? Right, I think here comes the fun part then. Ah, this is going to be invalid, is it? No, it's not. Thankfully. So let's check what this traction control is doing in this hairpin. This is the most fucked up traction control I've ever seen. The TC off it is. I rather behave on my right foot rather than running the TC, I guess. And then at the same time, which I think is what I learned at Expo already, car can be rotated pretty much on the throttle anyway. See what I mean? That feels a bit of RF2 really. So now we have a valid lap. There we see a delta, which is amazing. Just would love to see the hut somewhere in the middle where the actual delta is helping me, you know. Let's really flick the car in, throttle to rotate it. Well, maybe not spin it. So shall we do a quick race against AI in this particular car? Now look, if you're just driving the car better than the TC, it's so much nicer really. Does it have shit protection? Yes, at least that it has. I know that the AI is broken, but I still want to give it a go, right? So back to the pit lane. Continue. Yeah, we quit this for a moment. I wonder why my player profile is not updating, because if I go into player, let me check player. Did it just simply not save? Did I not save it? Ah, it just gets deleted straight away again. Yeah, it may not work yet, indeed. Right, let's drive quickly. Single event. We're gonna put AI. Where is the AI? Quack race. Try starting dead last. Just keep the opponent's skill, whatever it is. 6-lap race. Really just want to see how the game like generally works. Heard that the AI is already broken. I've seen footage of that. So I'm gonna consider this when we're racing. I have to admit, I do not 100% also in terms of how car is driving, generally speaking. Vehicle setup. Put electronics. Interesting. Like, to an extent I can't help it, but feel like this is very close to what we've seen on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Andreas, I think the FFP is much worse. I personally don't think... Wait. Didn't we have Suzuka as a lap? Oh boy. Do you guys even have like a good sequence now? Oh my god, look at that latency here. Do you guys get a steady stream, or is the stream now already broken? Yeah, honestly I would love to drive a proper GT3 car to compare the physics to ACC, but yeah, when you go over that curb now, you hear the car braking in the middle, like that. What you've heard on ACC already. You know, all that rumbling. It is just a bit more nimble, sound-wise. Yes, crash model is 100% ACC. 100%. I don't know if I even really touched one of these guys. Track surface, graphic surfaces, they look very close to ACC. The curves are exactly looking like ACC, they're just flattened. I would even argue when you go over the curb, like on penultimate turn on the left, like in the turn to the left, it almost feels like when you go with the Google Maps and zoom into the map too much, you see that the house is pretty much like a 2D object. This is what I think about this particular curve. Just look at it. You see the structure on it, but I think physically it's not doing anything. Track is very similar to ACC indeed. Guys, I've put the standings in the bottom left to have you guys seen what's going on. This is on purpose. This is not about showing the mirror. Hey Fabio. Corey Young 83, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Ah, I can move the HUD elements by clicking on them. Ah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense, okay. Yeah, I need to fix that for the next stream. Just gonna leave it now how it is. Now have a look on the curve on the inside. Don't you think, like, This looks very much 2D modeled. The rumbling sounds remind me to ACC a lot. The cockpits, we've spoken about that before already in a video. They remind me a lot on ACC. I think the radar works like ACC. It is... I don't know. I find... This was the most amazing move I've ever done. Brake's edge around the outside somewhere. What the hell? Completely randomly driving around the AI. So the AI appears to be running on like a Carrera racetrack, if anything. Like it feels like they have two or three kind of slopes where they actually drive on. As they are all kind of doing the same thing. Yeah. So bumping into the rear end of one car means like direct spin. Noted. Oh, and my car is broken now. Does it say that on the bottom right, right? Oh, honestly, car feels fine. Double yellow. Oh, that AI is just dead. Yeah, so don't help me accountable for the driving right now. I'm really just testing around things. Yep, Calypso. Car damage doesn't seem like being a thing at all, to be fair. So I think after that I want to try the Mercedes GT2. So the collision model also, I mean, I've said this before, if I touch that car on the rear end, it's like either he completely dies or I'm completely dying. It's completely overdone. Oh, now I've broken the suspension. Why you guys... You know what I mean? It is like... We know that from ACC, do we? The way... If some cars are touching and then they flip left, right, back, forwards and stuff, and then everyone is just exploding somewhere. What is your take on it, guys? Let me know down in the comments area below here on the chat. I think the majority of what I see and feel is very familiar from ACC. Then some of the physics feel a bit more like AC2, like especially the way that you can go flip the car car into a turn and then rotate it with a throttle to the end. So it is some midway between AC and ACC. With a little bit of RF2 involved to an extent. Well, I assume RF2 isn't involved at all here. You know, it's about this. That is, I remember the AC drift challenges that you could do with most of the cars. This is exactly how this feels, like that it's just ready for be drifted. And a little bit of sidewaysness isn't really an issue. Which is nothing that we've seen in ACC at least. ACC, if you went like that sideways, you were just losing time. Only a slight nimble of rear sliding, rear slip even, would be allowed on ACC, pretty much. Gravel feels a lot like... He didn't even die? What the hell? What is a GT7 or a Forza competitor? Like, what is the purpose of GT7 and Forza, in your opinion? That's rain light. Is that the light? No, it's not. What the hell are the wipers doing? Wiper 4, 3, 2. Yeah, proper road car things. Ignition doesn't even work, okay. Money system. Germany's losing soon. Oh, is Germany playing versus Denmark in 15 minutes in handball? Is that today? Let me look this up. Germany versus Denmark. Let's go. 37-38. What the fuck? A match without defense. Poland, Algeria, 38-32. Also, what the fuck? Interesting. So, I might need to pursue the girlfriend. So, let me have a quick look. Because Papa Jesper brought this up. Where's the main... Where is the main group? 3, 4. That is already the main round, right? No, wait. Oh yes, it is. Czech Republic, Switzerland, Germany, we went through. And we got mashed up with Denmark, Tunisia, and Italia. And then it's 3 groups. 4 groups. So the top 2 of each group proceeds into a quarter then. Yeah, we'd be fine. We can lose against Denmark now, then be in the quarter, then beat France again, be in the semis, beat someone else again, be in the final against Denmark, and then finally win. And be world champions. Yay! Okay, back to the game. Garage. What do we have? Alfa Romeo. BMW. Oh, look at this. A Ferrari 296. A Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo. Is that considered a GT3? Yes, please. Viertelstunde noch. Ja. Halbe. Yes. Schauen wir Handball. Awesome. Huh? Yes. So, a white girlfriend has disappeared, asking for food and asking for plans. And apparently we're gonna food in front of the TV watching how Denmark's winning against Germany. Awesome. Is a Ferrari that we pick. And then we pick another quack race. And we pick Suzuka. I just say yes. I just drive again. Right, but before we actually get onto the track, I want to make sure my machine is not completely dying. So onto the video I go. No vertical sync, that's fine. Graphics. Upscaling modes. Don't even know what it is. Multi-sample anti-aliasing, I'm gonna put that up. Texture pool size. Medium level of detail. Well, put that to medium too. Everything else is low already and the game's struggling so bad. Post-processing. Natural. Exposure. Okay. Motion blur. Mirrors. Multi, yeah, please. To be fair, this doesn't even look too like low, very low, low. Let's keep it low, see what happens. I want to get rid of that of that lagging and shit. So this is bad. I can't say there's any nice. The objects are just coming like news. This Ferrari doesn't feel like a GT3, it's like... It feels like a Ferrari hypercar. 180, we're only doing 180, but the way the picture is moving, it seems to me like it's almost doing 250. Oh. Okay, let's just restart this. Can we restart this? Yeah, restart session. It's fine to say it isn't the GT3. I'm absolutely alright with it. So that's 1 DNF, yeah? So let's see whether we can do the same thing here as with the... yeah, with the Porsche. So the FFB is bad, like this feels all the same. No change in anything. Like you see the steering wheel, I can hold it with 2 hands, with 2 fingers. It was absolutely nothing. And this is a 50% gain. It is not communicating at all what the tires are doing on the track. Yes, here on the gravel it does. Someone like Niels, you mean Niels Naujoks? I'm gonna do the same thing in Spoon Corner again, lightly. Simon, I'm gonna join the handball as well in a moment. Wait, 2 fingers. Turn in. You see that the steering wheel is hardly doing anything. So FFB is really bad. And then from the physics POV, I'm not sure. I mean, yes, this is no GT3, I agree. Or I hear you. The ABS makes kinda sense in hindsight. Let's not speak further about the AI. I think that's pointless. This feels very much like RF2. So, turn left, brake to rotate the car, throttle to keep the slip slight. Brake to rotate the car, throttle to keep the slip slight. Brake to rotate the car, throttle to keep the slip slight. Nah, Stra, ow, and that almost kills your wrist. I can't brush this up. The physics are no good. Frontine, thank you very much for the follow. Like, I agree, at this stage an AC physics are better. And AC physics are also universal in many more cars. They just make much more sense to me. It obviously feels different than ACC. ACC has a very narrow way of how the tires are working. Well, here is really, don't run into the ABS, but if you brake, if you're slightly on the brakes, you can like rotate the car really strongly. Not in high speed, but in lower speed. Like, you see the first initial reaction of the car is really just rotating. You mean not any weight transfer like this? I don't know. Oh yes, ACC type of contact crash. Need to restart this again. Car's broke. Let's see what happens on a jump start. the AI denies copy. So we restart the session again. I love that the lights at least are working. Like the actual lights of the track and of the starting grid. Like that is a good one. Yes, it's cheating, but we're just going to drive a bit now. And I'm gonna put the brake bias. Can I even put the brake bias? It doesn't move. Can adjust the TC to something more low. Let's adjust the ABS also to, let's say 1. See what it does. Do I get killed now? I felt like I was. I think the car... You can have a look, but yeah, it says slicks. But look how nice it rotates on the brakes. And there was the space of a car. And then just... quite didn't do it. Guys, sorry, this is when you are... When you are power sliding a car, not how a car should turn. Have you just seen how I set off? From that stationary time? Like, you know, if I go into a... I just want to try this again. So, I am donutting. I'm trying to donut at least. Whenever I want to stop donutting, I put the steering wheel straight. Could do this on the tarmac, obviously. Putting the steering wheel straight. Could have put it straight on the tarmac, going the right direction. My showcase is not working out. Yes, now. This is no way how a car should get out of a, you know, proper RF2 style. I need to be careful with the wrists because every of those hits to the barrier. It's likely to kill. This... guys, I'm sorry. This is no way how a car should set off coming out of a donut with 300 degrees rear tire temperature. And then, what happened to the tires? Are they just normal again? I mean, they are a bit overinflated or anything. Yeah, the core is cooked. I mean, it should be cooked, right? When you turn around... Ah, small bonk. I mean, we've lost straw here on the way, but... brake for rotation, the brake harder than just flick the rear. Can't even flick the rear. But can power slide the car out of. I'm not sure if it's a differential thing really. Okay, I killed the rears. Maybe that's why it now slid that weird. Okay, I just found new features. So do we agree we heard the tires burst and slip? Also graphics. What is this? Like, the tires look like they're going at 300 kph. Look what the front and the rear does. Car's much better with blown off tires. Car finally rotates, huh? No way. Look at this, the car suddenly has like a traction control per default now. Guys, I can't help it. It's one of the most amazing experiences I have. Yeah, I mean, we can start arguing about early access in the first place, right? But I think we can agree this is not only an early access issue, right? Like, proper Gran Turismo style. I flat spotted the tires. Actually, is not correct. I didn't flat spot them. I like made them blow off. That they are visually not being blown off is one thing, but that they are physically driving like we now have a proper rear wing and proper downforce on the car. Oh yeah, it will get better for sure. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to judge the game, like, you know, I mean, I've judged it a little bit, but like judging it in general is just plain wrong. I should try the last lap actually doing a quick one. But I'm gonna say this, as much as this obviously is early access, remember how everyone was bitching against Le Mans Ultimate when it got released in early access and this is not a finished game and whatnot. But the base physics have not changed that much on Le Mans Ultimate. Like, in all fairness, Le Mans Ultimate, if anything, had nuances and slight fixes to the physics apart from the change of a tire model. Yeah, Kenji, I've blown the rear tires. And it's nice that they have a sound for the broken rear tires. But they should have had physics for that. And this is where I'd say, even as an early access, this shouldn't be the case, right? After all, LMU versus ACC versus iRacing is always about personal liking and so on. So no one can be blamed for either. But I think we could use some common sense saying that if we really blew the tires, the car's not allowed to drive better than before, does it? The only thing that is happening now is that the differential is really doing some effed up shit. Yep, Master Lee. I hear you. And don't worry, we'll probably test the game a couple of more times and give some feedback. Because at the end of the day, the sim racing community is benefiting from great physics and so on. If we have them. And the more games with great physics we have, the more variety we can do for stream. Amos 2 is moving to Mad Engine, so they go... Well, they are Mad Engine already, right? Game. Could have done farstes lap. So, and then what is my first impression? And I think I'm not trying to get into big of a discussion because this is all personal and stuff, right? I would say in general the cars feel pretty natural, and I think I'm gonna give a quick shot to the Mercedes GT2. I disagree with the FFB. It might be a personal setting issue, but personally I think the FFB is more dead than ever. Simply because I do not feel anything apart from gravel or curbs on the front end. That's just... might be a setting issue for the moment. I'm happy to explore on that with someone that knows, that has a SC1, knows how to deal with the stuff. But this is just what I think at the minute. Practice mode, start session. I think we might be back at Suzuka. I agree with Jason. The FFB feels super dampened. I have a massive issue with this. With the latency. That Mercedes sounds exactly like the Mercedes GT3 from ACC. That to me is, and with drifting and sliding the rear of that Mercedes now, here at the minute, putting myself to a conclusion. This is an AC1 extended physics, so you can call it AC2, with ACC graphics. A mixture between ACC FFB and AC1 FFB. Sounds mainly from ACC, graphics certainly mainly from ACC. So settings, turn off all FFB, dampers, turn all settings to 0 other than force. So no dynamic damping, no minimum damping, no damper gain, no true force gain, no speed sensitivity, no assists. I guess vibrations can stay, yeah? Gain is a personal setting that I won't, but it's where... Yes, FFB is improved now. So it's very much an ACC FFB apparently. but still I can't feel anything from the car. Only thing that I'm feeling is road surfaces. Yeah, I can't say it in a different way. It is a mashup between ACC and AC1, clearly. And in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if driving it like ACC is beneficial. Anything. Anyway, guys, I would appreciate to hear your thoughts on it. To leave your feedback down in the comments area below. What are you thinking so far? I think they should have waited a couple of more months with the early access and fixed a couple of things, such as flat tires being better than actual tires. I also think that this isn't hopeless. I think the physics approach itself could need an improvement, but it's generally fine. I don't get what the hype about this game is, I have to admit. I get it's like something new, but this is not entirely new. So everyone expected Le Mans Ultimate to be like an R Factor 2.5, which effectively you could feel on on R Factor 2. On Le Mans Ultimate, that an R Factor 2 was as a base beneath it, but you felt this was a physical step forward on the Le Mans Ultimate side. Now, I don't feel a step forward here from ACC. So ACC, the latest version, is pretty bad anyway on the physics, but ACC with an extended version of AC1 doesn't feel like something fundamental new, nor does it feel very great at the minute. That's, I don't know, is an early access, and so we will keep judging along the way how the game will improve in the future. So we will check out every other update, we will check out the online system at some point. We will drive a bit more, obviously, on this one. You know what I mean? It is not the greatest experience so far, and you've seen a pretty intense latency on the steering wheel now in the game. I was on pretty low settings. I don't know how much lower I need to go on the graphics settings to get rid of the latency. So that is sadly a bad thing. I have to criticize that a lot. Apart from that, let's see how it goes. So many love it. Let me have a look on upvotes on the shop side. Mostly positive, 71%. See Le Mans Ultimate. Yes, I know Le Mans Ultimate is a couple of months older already. 76% positive. Well, let's see how it goes. I don't think it is too great yet. Physics-wise, Le Mans is better in every aspect. FFB, feeling, tires, car immersion, car behavior so far. But that might also be just personal liking, right? So, anyway, AC1 players, they can be hyped. I get that they are hyped. It's probably a good thing that they are hyped. Let's see how the game develops over the future. Right. And with that, guys, I think it's time to end this here. Mixed feelings after 1.5 hours of playing this. Certainly don't write it off or whatever. But I kinda have to admit that I'm not hyped at all. I come back on what I've said on multiple videos before, that this is more a driving rather than a racing sim, especially if you look at open world and the way they probably like to doing that with garage tuning, design, owning cars, not owning cars. I don't think it is meant to be for the sim racing world. For the sim racing, esports, competition based world. Neil has its biases for sure. He's working for the game. I have my bias for Le Mans Ultimate, and I've hardly seen him saying too much positive things about Le Mans Ultimate, but makes total sense because he is obviously working for Kunos, getting AC Evo out. So what would be he for an employee talking token AC Evo down? Makes total sense. But anyway, like I'm looking forward to have your opinion. Obviously, I'm a bit controversial here, so I can't wait for the AC Evo fanboys to come out and call me out. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine, because if you feel like I should be called out, just go for it and do it. It's just I don't. Yeah, Calypso, but because it's down to the studio, he hasn't liked R Factor 2 too much either. And I think it's just also well, it is his decision, right? iRacing fanboys are iRacing fanboys. You can't pursue them to go into Le Mans Ultimate. I just think Le Mans Ultimate has the pinnacle of physics as of right now. Doesn't mean that AC Evo cannot have these physics either when it's finished. I'm just saying right now it doesn't have it. That's all I'm going to say here. Anyway, guys, with that, thank you so much for joining. Hope you have appreciated also a bit of a criticism in the stream. We may explore this more together in the future anyway, but still, hope you've appreciated it. We now obviously gonna have a raid. Amos Laurito is live with AC Evo. Give him a follow, enjoy him a little bit. Maybe you can have a little bit more of positive vibes around this game, rather than me sitting here saying it's not what I would love to have. But that's fine. With that, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Code Red Sim, this is a good point. LMU got kicked at launch, which was unfair in comparison, because AC Evo should be kicked harder for that at the minute. But we give them time to change, we give them time to improve, and we judge them on the V10, so Le Mans Ultimate is also going to be judged again on V10. And with that, we're gonna call this a day. Guys, thank you for watching. Bye bye.